Okay, we're gonna... I keep forgetting shit right at the start, chat. Give me a second. Blarg. Blarg, I say. Blarg, I tell you. Chad, I think it's a completely reasonable ask for me to give you the fair warning that having a human body and being made of meat is the most fallible decision you can make. Don't do it if you can avoid it. If you can transfer your soul into, like, a metal toilet or some shit for, you know, the propriety of your life, it might be worth it. The meat is awful. Speaking of the meat being awful, hello. Here, okay, I am now aware that my mic is working. Blorg. Okay. We're just gonna close that, actually. So this is gonna be fun because I need to get OBS to actually recognize things exist. Ha! Okay, so actually engaging with the game made it work. Okay, so here we have an idea that I wanted to do back in October, but then I just never did because my brain is a salad. It is primarily a lump of garbanzo beans, and a very poorly paired vinaigrette. So, oh, ads are about to start. Shit. Oh well. Yeah, I had the idea back during the October Steam NextFest to play some of the demos, because there was a lot of really solid fucking shit up there. What was it? Fucking Sorry We're Closed was like a headliner. And in the time it took for me to actually do this, Sorry We're Closed has come out and is good. So I'm gonna be playing through some stuff. So cue card mark whatever, because a lot of these games don't have entries yet because they're new. That's the whole thing about NextFest. NextFest is like, here's a whole bunch of fucking demos. They're cool. Yeah. My train of thought is doing Trials HD fucking like front flips. So it will crash constantly. The reset's not as fast though. Anyway, so yeah, like in the time that I was pedaling around doing nothing, one of those, or actually several of those games I originally wanted to stream the demos of, just fucking fully released, and I feel like, okay, maybe it would be a dumb thing to stream a demo for a game that's out. Maybe not. It would definitely be more financially viable because it's a demo. But yeah, so I went through all of the very strangely curated lists of Steam NextFest with the not safe for work filter off, which is fucking hilarious. It's a fun game. So there's a game within the game of Is This Porn Roulette, where you go through just the general list of NextFest demos with your not safe for work filter off on Steam. And then you're like, oh, this looks interesting, and then you click a button and you're like, oh, this is very much a porn game. All right, cool. All right. Not hopefully anything I streamed today. What was it that fucking John started saying at the start of every one of his fucking Fear and Hunger streams? There's a non-zero chance of dicks. So please. Sorry, I'm very easily distracted and need to turn off my mobile device. But also should probably use it for reasons. And I realized that because I tabbed out, there's no audio. There we go. That's slightly better. The weird thing is, okay, so half of this is going to be me wrestling with OBS. The other half is going to be me not knowing how things work and barely functioning as a person. And if you were expecting anything less or more than that, I'm sorry that you have such high hopes. Also, no, I didn't get the fucking alerts box audio connected because I'm dumb and I forgot. So if you redeem farts, just scream it in the chat and I'll maybe pay attention to it. Okay, but this is Void Sales or Void Walker if you were to trust the fucking file name or the software name. What are my qualifications for do thing? I have no qualifications. So I sat. Hey, Mothman. So I sat up until like 3 in the morning one night because I was gonna do that anyway. And I started looking through the Steam NextFest demos, and I'm like, oh, that looks interesting, and I would just hit download. And by the end of it, I had like 15 demos. So maybe we'll do this works, and people enjoy me not knowing how to do things. Perhaps we shall continue this idea. And that there are 10,000 fucking games that aren't out yet or have a demo or going to be releasing soon or just will never release but have a demo. And we'll go through those. And we've been sitting on this for way too long. Let me just bring up Creator Dashboard real quick. Just real quick. Just so I have a thing that is directly connected to Twitch in case we are attacked by bots. But yeah, so we're gonna... I don't have any progress, but alright. Bah. Okay. Correct mic selected. Departure. Greetings. You may not know me yet, but I have urgent news. Your father, Leonardo Salvatore, was the renowned explorer and scholar, has vanished in his latest expedition. Professional hazard, so to speak. However, this case is of particular interest to me. Seek me in the capital. Hey, Autumn, what's up? I just did my whole spiel on it, but we're doing NextFest demos because I had this idea 2 NextFests ago, and now I'm actually committing to it. So this is Void Sales or Void Walker. I don't know. The name on Steam is not the name of the program running. It's concerning. A ship will be awaiting you at the docks. Until then, the man in yellow. Oh man. Carcosa? That's a different demo I have downloaded. Departure. I also forget which one this is, so this is a little bit of a spin the bottle on what game we're playing. I just have these like in a corner on my desktop, so I don't remember which one's which, so this is gonna be fun. It's almost as much a surprise for y'all as it is for me. You stare at the letter again. Leonardo, your father, gone. The letter came unexpectedly. Not much time to prepare. You look at your room, reminiscing about your past. University. The time spent among academic books drastically increased your knowledge or apprenticeship. The time spent working and mastering the crafts greatly increased your resolve. I prefer this kind of thing for a character, but let's try to roll it with what I did. So, meaningless time at school. A blissful time. We've toiled relentlessly over the manuscripts, gaining every bit of knowledge possible. There was one subject which interested you the most. The one which framed your view of the world and shaped your personality. Are we more of an applied science? See, like, RPG perception do it always, forever, but rhetorics and philosophy has forged your resolve through endless rigorous debates. Applied science has attuned your mind to the visions from the veil and improved your perception. I'm dumb, so I'll talk about talking about things. Resolve plus 15. Your words became your weapon, ideas your battlefield. Debates would rage endlessly, and some students would settle their arguments after class. You often finish the day with red-tainted knuckles. That's all philosophy majors I know. They're all ham-fisted bastards. Departure. You double-check your luggage, a few sets of clothes, some of your savings. There was little time to prepare, but you took one particular item. See, I feel like if we dump everything into knowledge, we'll be very smart as whatever kills us kills us. Even it out. Magnifying glass. For a little bit of a perception buff. Because that seems like a reasonable thing to take with you on an expedition. You grab your set of magnifying glasses and put them in your luggage. No more time to waste. As the dawn breaks and the sky clears, you close the door and head for the docks, searching for the ship. As you make your way, a young man with bright red hair suddenly approaches you. Ah, Captain. Found you. Morning. Name's Sean O'Brien. I'll be your first mate. Ready to take command and set sail? He gives you a wide smile, displaying a set of straight teeth. Not common for people on... whatever. Sean looks pleased to meet you and is eager to set sail. Yeah, okay. Surprise, you thought he would be commanding the ship. To be honest, I was surprised as well, but the man in yellow was insistent. Strange fellow he is. Worry not. Starfaring might look intimidating initially, but it doesn't differ much from sailing the seas. Just look at the ship he got us. He points at the ship behind him peacefully, rocking at the pier. Its engines humming. I can read, guys. I promise. It's like the skill that has defined my life. I can definitely read, but also it's been a day. Doing my best. He points to the ship behind him, peacefully rocking at the pier. Its engines humming, ready to take off at a moment's notice. And closer at Sean. Does he know more? May he be concealing something from you? Or inspect the ship? Well, we should have gone all in on one skill from the look of things. 60% is better than 30. Inspect the ship. Try to figure out how it works. Test of knowledge. Select an artifact to use. You do not have any artifacts with it. Okay, cool. Test. To perform a test, you will roll a number. That number is compared to the value of your attribute, shown in the middle of the dial. If the number rolled is equal or less, you have succeeded. Oh, okay, this is Call of Cthulhu. Alright, got it. Cool. The higher your attributes. I played literally one game of Call of Cthulhu, and it was run by someone who shouldn't have been running Call of Cthulhu. So, I haven't played Call of Cthulhu, really. But this is how that system works. Although it's a D100 kind of deal. To perform it, the higher your attributes are, the greater your chance to succeed. Yeah, that's how to. Equal or lesser. Although if we were going to roll a 30 anyway, the other thing would have worked. Ah, Kaya! What the hell? Bits. Greatly appreciated. Holy shit. Back on the board. Oh, did the board reset? You have successfully swept Eric from the hill upon which he was king. Good to see you. We're going to be playing some Steam NextFest demos. This is Void Sales or Void Walker. I don't know. The name on Steam isn't consistent. But yeah, we're just getting into it, so you're right in time. Appreciate the bits, though. Critical success. Okay, I wonder what determines a critical success, if it's more than half. And much like Call of Cthulhu, it appears that you gain points in skills that you've succeeded with. So that's interesting. A lightweight brig equipped with the solar core. Right, spaceship, not ship. The sail's fabric accumulates energy and directs it to a powerful engine. Excess energy is stored and redistributed to light accelerators and an absorption field. In combination with engraved hardwood, which allows for zero buoyancy, it creates an agile ship capable of navigating between the stars. Well, I'm glad we know what we're doing. How was my day? Today was okay. I was, I didn't technically have a lot to do, so I can't really claim to be productive, but I got my to-do list done. I was trying to account for the next couple days, and if I didn't do this today, it wasn't going to happen this week. So, here we are. I don't know how many demos we're going to get through. I've got, like, 20 downloaded. If we get through, like, 4 or 5, I'll be good. But yeah, NextFest is going on, and there's a whole lot. And, it's fun, because you get to play the game of unlabeled not safe for work roulette, where you're like, oh, you just look through the general list and you're like, oh, I wonder what this game is. This looks cool. I like this art style. And then it's porn. So that's fun. I'm pretty confident that everything I have downloaded is not porn. And I hope that's the case. But yeah, otherwise, good day, I think. I'm liking the vibe here. I don't like that. I don't know if the bit just came through. Why does a demo have achievements? Why would you do that to me, game? Now I will have to buy you. I see what you're doing. Sean diverts his attention to the crew's preparations. As the ship soars high above the clouds, you leave the port behind. Several days later, you arrive at Cloudshire, a lush agricultural region, and the first stop on your way before reaching the capital. You must acquire a travel permit for the nearby castle. It will allow you to navigate safely through the new world. Oh boy, we should probably look at those controls, because this is a demo. Oh man, good old WASD. I'm sure that none of these, or mostly none of them, will have controller support, so I will look forward to reactivating my fucking horrible gamer claw. Okay, so WASD, space to boost, right mouse button to aim, Q to shield. Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind. Left mouse button to fire, and F to interact. Alright, cool. Interesting. We're going to Cloudshire,
All right, Captain. It's time for you to take the helm. I see you've already managed to make the ship move. Perfect start. Just remember, it's a starfaring ship, not some flimsy tiny boat. After you change the engine mode, the ship will take time to react. The same goes for maneuvering.
Okay, there's a
gauge. So plan your moves accordingly, unless you plan to crash into the first piece of floating rock.
I hope... Okay, whether or not there is a Z-axis here, I do not know, but I think we're going that way. So we're gonna go that way. Although I do like the gear shift of acceleration, neutral, and then deceleration, which is just acceleration in the other direction.
Told you it was easy. There is more to commanding the ship, but I will show you when the time comes. For now, let's just keep the course.
It's a relatively birdie game,
If you find something of interest you'd like to explore along the way, feel free to do so. Just sail nearby and disembark when possible. The boys and I will stay on the ship, conducting repairs if needed.
Okay, and then we get an F. F? F. Okay, there we go. Alright, back to text adventure. I'm down for that. You stand outside a church, its doors wide open. The church bell rings solemnly under a mild wind. The place doesn't look particularly old. Although abandoned, it must have been built in the past few decades. Creepy church. Enter creepy church. Inside, though, it looks much more damaged. A strange overgrowth covers the walls, with thick, dark roots creating a mosaic pattern. They seem to cover most of the church, except for a golden mask placed on an otherwise barren altar. The stone around it is slightly charred. The mask's empty sockets. Watch closely as you make your next move. Examine the mask first, probably would be a good idea. That was a ritual check? Okay. The golden mask is the symbol of the Empire. These masks are replicas. They represent the one carried by the masked prophet, conveying his presence in the all-seeing light. Frequented by the Inquisition, these masks are resistant to the corruption of the veil. As you finish the inspection, a sudden burst of wind slams the door shut. The roots rustle around you. Faint light can be seen coming from the mask's surface, perhaps a reflection. Let us take the Eldritch monster thing. You do not have many artifacts. Okay. So I guess there'll be items that'll help facilitate our lesser skills. Spin. That was close to not being good, but I believe that is a critical success. Yes. Sacrilege, steal a sacred relic. You grab the mask and pull. It is set firmly in the stone, but eventually it starts to give way. When finally removed, it suddenly emits a sharp and painful light. You close your eyes right in time, avoiding otherwise possible damage. When the light ceases, I'm assuming that's supposed to be ceases. When the light ceases, the mask stays firmly in your hands. Okay, well, we got a relic, so that's cool. So the real question is, where the fuck are we going? The game didn't exactly give us a heading. But I see shining light over there, so we're gonna go that way. Also, I scared 2 people away with talking about porn earlier, so that's fun.
Cloudshire. Warm sun, fertile fields. Too bad we can't stay here for too long. Which reminds me, we must get a travel permit to continue past this point. There is the castle of St. Isidore somewhere in the region. If we ask nicely, they can issue us the permit. Time to use some of that sweet solar energy our ship's sails accumulate. Send the engine core into overdrive. It will consume more energy, but will make the ship both faster and more responsive to your commands.
Okay. Tutorial prompt. Oh, is that boost? I don't feel any more boosted. Wonder if the ship will stop if I... We'll see. A stolen ring. You dock your ship and head towards the village square. As you continue deeper, you spot the town hall. Even from the outside, you can hear agitated shouts. You push open the heavy door of the town hall. Inside is a massive crowd of people. Looks like the whole village has entered here, or has gathered here. In the middle of this is a stage where a big burly man can be seen. His face is red with anger, and his wheat-colored hair is drenched in sweat. He shouts at an elderly woman, somewhat shielded by a young boy in front of her. I guess? I don't know why asking people what's going on first would be the more courageous thing, but sure. I've got a golden mask. What does that do? Well, that was a reroll of tests of courage. Well. Cool. Oh. But I didn't... Demo. Or will this allow me to reroll? Ah, boy. That was unfortunate. Failure. U.S., but no one seems eager to talk to a stranger. And we actually lose skill when we fail, so it's a little worse than Call of Cthulhu. You approach the stage for a better look. Stolen ring. You get closer, trying to get a better look, when suddenly a man spots you in the crowd, directs his violent gaze. Who might you be? What do you want? We're strangers here. Politeness is probably the way to go. Captain, you say? From Earth, you say? Don't make me laugh. We haven't had newcomers since the last sowing season. You were with them, aren't you? Involved in this crime somehow. He points towards the elderly woman and the young boy. Ask what he means. What crime, he asks, the most despicable one. The Honorable Frau Brauer and her bastard of a son Rudolph have stolen my golden ring, the one blessed by the Lord Inquisitor himself. It is the last straw, I tell you. Just wait until I get proof. There will no longer be... Okay, so you're doing this with no proof. There will no longer be any Brauers here. You can see several strong men standing by the entrance door, all with wheat-colored hair and an angry look. Hatfields, McCoy's got it. Seeing that you have nothing of value right now, Mr. Miller returns to the Brauers. The atmosphere is tense, and the men at the door seem impatient. Perhaps, if you find that ring, you may resolve the situation. You can hear whispers in the crowd about abandoned mines nearby. Okay. So I guess I'll solve all of your problems. Can I turn the ship without moving forward? Cool. We're boosting. If I had, 3 arms, I would switch over to fucking, Rolling in the 90s, or whatever the fuck, the Initial D soundtrack. So everyone's like, just go to the abandoned mine, but, like, you do it. Just screaming at people, you're not, like, no proof. Running around at the speed of sound. This is slow. I hope that in the main release that there will be some kind of increased speed gauge. Because goddamn.
Easy there, Captain. Careful around the corners. While inside, our sails will accumulate much less energy, so spend it wisely.
So don't boost inside of closed spaces. Got it. Gotcha. Alright, and then momentum. We should probably stop eventually at some point. Maybe we should not just decelerate, but reverse. Like, I do like the core mechanic of how the ship moves. It's just very slow. You walk inside what seems to be an abandoned mine. The cave walls look unstable, barely supported by old wooden beams. Turned over mining carts and leftover equipment rotting in the dim light. Let's inspect the equipment first. Maybe we will find something that will be helpful. Holy shit. The most critical success. You imagine the mining equipment more... Why? There's a brain in my skull, I promise. You examine the mining equipment more closely, especially the massive drill in the middle of the cave. It looks like a solar dust mining facility, a precious resource used in numerous apparatuses, most importantly, to power flying ships. When exposed to sunlight, dust disintegrates, emitting vast amounts of energy. However, this vein has been depleted. Judging by its appearance, it has not been visited in a long time. Except you can see a set of footprints leading to the drill. Alright. At the base of the central drill, you see a narrow hole. It must have been dug out recently. The ground looks fresh compared to the rest of the cave. Sure, I'll stick my hand into this piece of mining equipment. You put your hand in. The hole is narrow and not particularly deep. You move your hand around, but whatever was there is no longer. You stand up and shake the dust off. The trail of footprints leads to one of the cave passages before disappearing. Okay, so we have to go further in. Oh, I was pressing Q. Which, I forget what it does. So we gotta, like... narrowly move our way through. Press the right mouse button to go into aiming mode. Aim sideways and press the left mouse button to fire broadside cannons. Okay, I think we have to blow the wall up or something over there. Or perhaps there is some kind of horrible creature. I see some kind of flesh pit. Which is a fun sentence. I'm kind of glad there's no Z-axis control. I feel like it would be really tough to function. Oh, you're saving it.
Something is off, boys. Get the cannons ready. Remember to use the shields to protect the ship.
This is some kind of eldritch monstrosity, I'm assuming. But is that what I need to worry about? Q uses shields. When aiming mode, aim forward and hold the left mouse button to charge solar cannon. Okay, I don't... That isn't awake yet, so let's not... Because that looks like it's about to, like, wake up and murder us. Like, those are eyes. Interesting. My defensive maneuvers of moving slightly to the left. Alright. Shield and shield and shield. Q. I'm not doing this particularly well. I don't know. I don't know if I'm aiming poorly. There is some drop here. And Q. Okay, we have blown some stuff up. Okay, we need to boost our way out of here. Q. Q. Okay, these things are killable, it's just we suck at aiming. We're like out of energy. Alright. I also aim like shit, so that's kinda on me. It's a little less intuitive than I would have hoped. Thank you. We are taking a smidge of a beating here.
Good job, lads. Don't forget to check the area. I've seen supply crates floating nearby.
Interesting. What the heck is this? Fucking Beyond, this is Void Sales. This is a demo on the Steam NextFest. It's interesting so far. It's a little bit like Call of Cthulhu D100 skill check, roll under what your skill is kind of vibe. And also three-dimensional space explorer vibes. It's good. I like it so far. It's a little iffy, but, you know. Fort ruins. At last, as the cannons grow silent and the dust settles, you can see the fort clearly. Several towers, walls patched up with thick planks of wood. A group of small rowing boats can be seen escaping through the narrow tunnels behind the fort. Strange vegetation covers multiple sections of the fort. Dark, twisted roots stretch across the walls. You've seen it before in the abandoned church. You dock your ship and head through the massive wooden doors. The inner courtyard is in complete disarray. Massive plants congregate in dark corners, and multiple empty crates and barrels are scattered about. Most people must have left before your arrival, except for the small garrison encountered during the fight. Something must have forced them away. Examine the plants. So yeah, when we go through read sections, we spin to win our performance checks, and then we'll see what happened. It also has the range of success that I think Call of Cthulhu also runs with, so that's cool. I assume it is more than Call of Cthulhu. I think a lot of D100 systems work off of this basis. That's just the one I'm familiar with. The roots are cold to the touch, hard as stone, and covered with a thin layer of moisture. A soft vibration, almost a whisper, can be felt emanating from their surface. You've heard of these plants. No one truly knows what they are, but wherever they appear, they tend to grow and spread uncontrollably. And when they do, the Inquisition usually follows, isolating entire regions, relocating its population. However, no one really saw where those people were sent. As you prepare to leave, something catches your attention. You know, it's gonna be annoying constantly updating the stream title, but fuck it, I am going to put there we go. I'll update that, so we'll do it by game. Hopefully the title should reflect. As you prepare to leave, something catches your attention. There's a small clearing between the plants. In it lies a golden ring with a delicate carving of a sun. You wonder why it could have been left behind. Take the ring. In a deep, dark cave, uncover a hidden fort. The inside of the ring has a faint inscription. The words Luce Confidimus were subtly carved in gold. I think that's just light, like the light confides. I don't know. I wanted to take Latin, but I didn't, because the class is hard as the language is interesting. How many demos are you planning playing tonight? I'm thinking between like 4 and 5, depending on how long each takes. Like, if something only takes like 5 minutes, then whatever.
See those cracked rocks? We can clear the path using our cannons.
A good thing the health on the ship resets, because holy shit. Oh, I have a super. That would have been nice to know. And I'm also on the wrong fucking thing, so... but yeah, I'm thinking between like 4 and 5. I mentioned earlier, but I went through... So this is a Steam NextFest fucking stream. We're doing a bunch of demos that we have found after a night spent sorting through a whole bunch of bullshit. NextFest is really fun. There's a lot of new games, a lot of cool stuff. Everybody, if you think any of this stuff looks cool, wishlist it. It lets the developers know that cool shit is cool, and then they should keep putting effort in. Just solar beam our way through. But yeah, so I went through and I sorted through the general list, and I know that everyone's algorithm is different depending on what is or isn't in both their library and their wish list. So, like, the entire subcategory of Lovecraftian was like the first thing on the list for me. But there's some fun sorting shenanigans. Okay, this just wraps around to the entry again. Cool. Where I have my not safe for work filter off on Steam because I think it's funner that way. I know funner is not a word, but stupid bullshit is stupid bullshit. Life's more fun when you take risks and let really just generic garbage appear. And there was a lot of very not tagged, not safe for work
Whom
games
do
in
you think they
NextFest.
were? The people in the fort, I mean.
It's a solid question.
Plenty of pirates are around, but the Empire usually manages to keep them at bay. I hope it was someone exciting, like a secret society upstaging a revolt against the Inquisition.
That's a
Or
very...
a bunch of cultists mining leftover solar dust to perform an evil ritual.
It sounds a whole lot like Heresy. Good thing we're not in the 40k universe. But I like the game so far. It's pretty. Like, conceptually, it's really cool. It does feel like a smidge early. Like, no shit, but... I'm really looking... This one in particular, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what it becomes. And how it improves, because, damn. And F to stop all things to go into narrative. You dock your ship and head to the town hall once more. Inside, the events are unfolding as previously. Good to know that the town just lets the big guy yell at the old lady for as long as he wants. Present the ring. You take the ring out and hand it over to Mr. Miller. He snatches it from your fingers and quickly puts it in his pocket. The news of an abandoned fort surprises everyone. A group of people is seen leaving the town hall to investigate. The golden ring lost, as though it wasn't the quest to go get it. Abandoned fort, you say? Well, that is unusual, to say the least. And how did it get there? Was it this delinquent who hid it? He points to Rudolph. His eyes widen as he awaits your answer. You didn't find any proof of his involvement. You don't have any proof, but it may as well be him. No. Resolve a conflict in the village. Mr. Miller doesn't seem pleased with your response. Well, at least you've got my ring back. You have a journey ahead of you. As a form of gratitude, let me give you something. My men will load on some supplies to your ship. He turns over to the Browers. As for you, we will see. Like, this guy's just real anti-Brower for no particular reason. And you'd think that the old lady or the kid would be, like, grateful that someone was willing to prove their innocence in this town where you gather around in the town square and let a burly man yell at an old lady and a child for hours on end. So I'm looking forward to what other narrative spice occurs. Okay, so it looks like where you're viewing in the shooty mode determines what you shoot with. Like, the front's got the laser and the side's got the cannons. And, yes, this is our boost mode. We're going faster than the speed of sound. If the sound was like a wet fart.
When we get to the castle, they will ask questions. Who are you? Where are you going? By the holy light, did you submit the I-94 form? All that bureaucratic nonsense. As annoying as it is, we had better not start on the wrong foot.
Did we file any of our forms?
Something tells me the man in yellow won't appreciate it if we
Yeah, also our
unnecessary
benefactor
trouble.
is maybe Haster.
By the
Who
way,
knows?
How did you get to know him?
I don't.
I've worked with the man several times, but I doubt he would hire a ship to help me out.
It's a weird vibe. Boost. Oh man, hold on to your butts. Unironically, we could just go cascading into this wall. I can't really tell what the Z-axis leveling is. The depth perception could use a little tweaking. Maybe it's lighting, I don't know. Customs office. You approach the castle gates, but there don't seem to be any guards. Neither next to the gates nor on the top of the walls. Next to the entrance is a small door with a customs office sign. As you enter, you're greeted by a small room filled with measurement and weighing equipment. Several tables and chairs, all empty except one. Behind is a young woman in an imperial officer robe. Oh, she's cute. I like the art style. Like, there's not a lot of character portraits, but what I've seen so far is cool. Greetings, welcome to the castle of Saint Isidore. My name is Lucia de la Torre, or Torre. I am the Lieutenant Castellan. How may I be of assistance? She gives you a polite smile, awaiting your response. Why don't we ask about what the fuck is going on? Feels strange, doesn't it? On a typical day, hundreds of people would be manning the posts and operating the defense towers, but today is not a typical day. Today is the pilgrimage to the shrine of Saint Isidore, the patron of the castle and surrounding lands. Seems like the castle is rather defenseless. Doesn't sound like a good reason to leave the castle with almost no garrison. She straightens up a bit. As you must know, the Empire takes great pride in following the teachings of the masked prophet. Saint Isidore's celebration is an important holiday. We shall spare no effort to commemorate the occasion. Now, is there something specific I can help you with? However, if it's the travel permit you seek, there is an issue, of course. You can never just go to the DMV. Unfortunately, unauthorized travel within the New World is strictly prohibited based on the truce terms between the Empire and the Old Kingdom. I would need you to provide letters of sponsorship from any notable citizen or patron of the capital. Perhaps the letter from the Man in Yellow will suffice? I don't know, he seems a little secret society. Perhaps your certificate of scholarships would suffice? She takes a quick glance at your papers and frowns. A scholar, huh? That isn't much, but perhaps this is an outstanding inquiry from the academy. Let me check the ledger. She takes your papers and exits the room through the back entrance. A couple of minutes pass, you start to wonder how massive this ledger must be to take so much time when suddenly a loud bell is heard across the castle. Something is happening outside. You rush back to your ship.
Steady, lads. Prepare to engage.
Hello?
It's a big ship, but we have a speed advantage. Remember the drill. Turn.
I think
fire,
we have a
repeat.
speed advantage is a hilarious statement.
Aim for the sails and engine pipes. Disable their big cannons if you get a chance. If I see any men cowering, I will throw you overboard myself.
Yeah, okay. Right, forgot about the drop. Hit Q. Q. Gotta exit that mode. Right, I'm hitting fucking Q. God damn it. Oh shit, we're gonna hit an island. It's a good thing I accidentally hit Q instead of the turn bit. And... oh, keep accidentally hitting Q. God damn it. I don't know if this is how the combat design was thought to be implemented. Guess we could boost turn and then go into laser. Alright, well, good thing the entire ship exploded before we could really
Down you go.
just, like, kill it.
Now that was some proper fight, and with a military gunship. Let's head back to the castle. Miss de la Tour has some explaining to do.
Yeah, I'm sure the castle guard is going to be ecstatic to find out that we committed a war crime, like, right outside the customs office. That was a fun little fight, though. You know what? It's not as, like, set. It feels like, if any of y'all remember the gummy ship missions, like the Ghost Pirate one in Kingdom Hearts 2, it feels like that was taken off the rails. And that might not have been a good decision, but that was what they did. Customs office. You head back to the customs office. The alarm bell finally stops, but the castle is still on high alert. You see a small group of people sprinting around castle walls. Soon after, Lucia bursts through the door, breathing heavily. She looks like she's been running for quite some time. Apologies, Captain. We cannot provide any covering fire, but you managed just fine. Good job dispatching that ship. So where were we? You can see her agitation. The attack on the castle was much surprise to her. Who were those attackers? Honestly, I don't really know. They must be some sort of pirates. However, they knew precisely when the castle was most vulnerable, and their ships... She pauses for a second, considering if she wants to tell you. Their ships were unusual. What does she mean by saying the ships were unusual? It was a military gunship, not the usual rust buckets the local scam dares to call a ship. And if anything, it looks like our own ship. But that would be insane. There's no way some low-life pirate or mercenary could get a hold of the Empire's military vessel. Sounds like a lot of coincidences. Indeed! The attack's precise timing and the ship's quality don't add up. I must look into the requests of the Lord Inquisitor to increase the minimally allowed garrison. Nevertheless... Am I crazy? Does that sentence make sense? The attack's precise timing and the ship's quality don't add up. I must look into it and request the Lord Inquisitor to increase the minimally allowed garrison. I guess? Yeah, no, okay. That's fine. Nevertheless, I've checked your papers. This could be said better. I've checked your papers. Usually it wouldn't be enough, but I can't ignore your help defending the castle. She seems reluctant. Perhaps what she's about to do is directly violating the established protocols. Well, that's what I get for not getting a permit. Her tone suddenly becomes more ceremonial. Considering your help against repelling the attack on Saint Isidore Castle, I, Lucia de la Torre, Lieutenant Castellan, by my authority, commend you for your valiant defense against the enemy. On the Empire's behalf, I grant you free passage to the New World. Get a travel permit, which makes us more courageous. Or we could sell it for 250 gold. Secure official passage. She smiles and hands you over your papers. And now, if you excuse me, I have an investigation to conduct. If you wish to leave us, head towards the mountain and turn left. There's a lighthouse nearby. Safe travels, Captain. Well, that appears to be void, so I'm gonna go this way. And we're gonna go ludicrous speed. I don't know if I gain anything by destroying these balloons or what they are. Oh, it just lets me do whatever. Also, they contain supplies.
Seems like we've done what we came for. What did Lucia say? Lighthouse to the left of the mountain? We can head straight there, unless there is something you want to finish first.
Yeah, I wanna
We won't
kill
be
this
returning,
thing.
so keep that in mind.
Okay, it's a good thing everything is magnetized. Let's go to the lighthouse. Let's go to the lighthouse a little faster. Please, dear God, let me hit F. Okay. Ah, thank you for playing. Ah, Captain, it seems you've reached the end of the demo. Too bad you couldn't get to me. But that's alright, my lovely creators need a bit more time. The full game will feature more mysteries to uncover, choices to make, and challenges to face. Meanwhile, keep an eye on updates and let me know how your journey was. Safe travels, Captain. stuff. We can wishlist that. I think I might have already wishlisted that. But yeah, that was Void Sales. That was cool. That was a cool demo. I feel like there's a lot of fine-tuning that needs to happen with the basic movement in this game. It's cool, it's interesting. Maybe, you know, settling on what the name is, because, like, the actual demo running says it's called Voidwalker. So that's weird. But yeah, I like that one. That was pretty good. But yeah, let's go on to the next. I don't know what's happening with this demo, because for some reason it has the icon of the coffin of